All right, so after the introduction of overall the control flow statements, let's go ahead and let's get started with if-else statement, which is the simplest and easiest part of this whole control flow family. So we're going to talk about if-else. Okay, cool. So this is as I mentioned earlier, a decision-making statement. So let's first talk about the syntax of this statement. So it starts off with if. As you see, I wrote if it turns into green. And if you remember, I mentioned earlier as well, anything that turns into green has some pre-built definition in Python, right? And remember, Python is a case-sensitive language, so if has to be in lowercase. It cannot be like in capitals, or it cannot be like this as well, right? So it has to be in lowercase, right? First of all, the keyword if, and then here we will have to present the condition, okay, followed by a semicolon, right? And here we will have a body of if statement, right? And then we'll say here we will have else, and here we will have body of else. Now, what do we mean by this? Here, instead of condition, we will present some comparison operator, right? If you remember, we learned comparison operators over here, right? Less than, equal, less than, greater than, less than, equal to, greater than, equal to, or not equal to, right? Any operator that will result in Boolean values in either true or false can be pasted over here, right? For example, if I say if, let me initialize a number over here. Let's say num equals to 10, okay? So here, if I say num is greater than 5, okay? So let's write it like this. Okay, so now this whole condition or this whole expression is a logical expression. Why logical expression? Because ultimately it will result in either true or false. And that is the only parameter for any statement in order to be a condition for if statement, right? That statement should be ultimately translated or resulted or compiled into either true or false. Now, if this condition is true, remember, try to read it from left to right. If this condition is true, then this body will be executed. Now, what is going to be inside the body, we will talk about it. I repeat, if this condition is true, then this body will be executed. What else can happen? Well, there is another possibility. If this condition is true, then this body will be executed otherwise. If this condition is false, then this body will be ignored and it will go to the else part. Why else part? Because it is false. I have to look into else. So whatever is in else body will be executed, right? So let's populate the body. So I'll say print. I'll say number is greater than 5. Okay. And copy this. Let's paste it over here, right? Number is smaller than 5. So obviously, if this statement is true, the only way this statement can be true is if the number is greater than 5, right? If this number is, right now number is 10, right? This is going to be true. And if this is true, then this body is going to be executed, right? But if this is false, for example, if number is not 10, number is 2, now this statement is false, right? Because number is not greater than 5. So this is false. So this body will be ignored and this else body will be executed, right? So let's try it with 10, running it. Here we go. It says number is greater than 5. By the way, I'm not hitting run button. There's a shortcut to run the cell or to execute the cell, which is Control Enter. Or if you're using Mac, then Command Enter, right? Cool. So right now the number was 10. So this condition was true. That is why this part is executed and it says number is greater than 5. Now let's make it 4. Okay. Now remember, 4 is less than 5. It is not greater than 5. So this is going to be false. Hence, this body is going to be ignored. Whatever is inside the body will be ignored, right? If this condition is false. So it will be ignored and this else part will be executed. So running it, now it says number is smaller than 5. Why? Because number is 4. Just to clear, what do we call a body? If you're using Jupyter, then after writing this colon mark, when you will hit enter, it will not go to the start of line. Okay, it will always come with indentation. So whatever you will write with indentation, right, with indentation to this if statement is going to be part of the body of this if statement. So indentations are very important. And by the way, if by default there is no indentation available, for example, it is like this, then you can hit tab button to add the indentation. So now if I say print, P with not with capital, it should be with small. Okay, so if I say hello, just hello. Okay, now remember this hello is indented with this if body, right? So both of these statements are indented with the if statement. So they're part of if statement. This statement, number is smaller than 5, is indented with else, right? So this is the body of else, right? I hope it makes clear what do we mean by body, right? So now if I run it, let's make it 40. Run it. Since 40 is greater than 5, so whatever is inside the body of if statement is going to be executed, right? Okay, let's do it one more time. For example, if I take input, let's say I have a password. Okay, my password is, let's say, let's write password in string. So let's say hello, hello123 is my password. Okay, I ask user for the input. Let's say input password, and I'm taking input from the user. I'll say enter the password. Cool. So user will enter a password. Okay. Do I need to convert this password to integer or numerical value? No. Why? Because password is already in string, and input password is also has to be in string, right? By the way, what I'm going to do, I want to match if this input password is exactly the same as this password or not, right? By the way, if you can do it, you can pause the video right here and try to do it by yourself. And if not, let's do it together. So if password is equal to what? Input password. Remember, here my condition is ending. So wherever my condition is ending, I'll have to put colon over here. Okay. So I'm saying password, which is this one, right? And I'm saying input password, which is coming from here. I'm asking if they are equal or not. If yes, if they are equal, then in the body, I will say print, let's say password matched, right? And otherwise, if they don't match, then in else, I'm going to say incorrect. Now, spelling mistake, incorrect. Yeah. Spelling of incorrect were incorrect. So incorrect password. Cool. Okay, let's run it. And if I enter the password hello123, okay, tell me what is going to be the output. Let's say actual password is hello123. I am entering also hello123, right? So this password is equal to the input password, right? So this statement will be executed. Why? Because this part will be true. So let me run it. hey, it says input incorrect password. It did not execute this part. It actually executed this part. Why? Did you figure it out? Because this hello123 is all in lowercase. And my input, the age of my input was in uppercase. So this string is actually not equal to this string. So what actually happened? The password, variable password, is replaced by this string. Input pass is replaced by this string. And since these both of strings are not matching, they are not equal, the result of this whole expression becomes false. And this body gets ignored. Hence, it goes to else. So if it is false, then I'll go to else, right? And it prints out incorrect password, right? Running it again, now entering correct password, hello123, enter, it says password match, right? Because now this string and this string, they both are equal. Running it one more time, entering any gibberish over here, running it, it says, it should say incorrect password, and it is rightfully saying incorrect password. Okay, now coming back to the previous problem here, we only presented two cases over here. If either the number is greater than 5 or a number is less than 5. But what if I enter 5 over here? What if my number is actually 5? That's a problem. If I run it, the output is number is smaller than 5. Well, it is not the case. Number is not smaller than 5. Number is actually equal to 5. But I have only two ways, or I have only two decisions to make. Either number is greater than 5 or number is not greater than 5, right? So here I need a third option. If in your mind you think we should add an equal to sign over here, then what happens? Then it says number is greater than 5. Why? Because number is actually 5, right? So it says number is either greater than 5. No. Okay, it is equal to 5. Yes. So it goes into this body, but still it outputs as number is greater than 5. It is still not mentioning. We do not have any tool in hand so far that can help us adding one more condition. If we have liberty to add one more condition over here, then we will be able to print number is greater than 5, or number is smaller than 5, or number is equal to 5. Right now with if-else statement, we can do a lot of things, but still we are restricted to do anything with only two possibilities. What if we have three possibilities? What if we have more than three possibilities? Let's figure it out. Let's sort it out in next video.